Am I the asshole for cutting off a toxic friend group that drained my bank account and made me feel like crap about myself? So I, 24F, and here's what happened. I've been friends with Jade, Arlo, and Ivan since college, but over the past year or so, things started to take a turn for the worse. We used to hang out all the time, go on trips together, and even live together for a bit when we graduated. But as time went on, it became clear that Jade was controlling and manipulative. She'd constantly guilt-trip me into doing favors for her or Ivan, who's always been a bit of a wild card. She'd say things like, if you really cared about us, you'd drop everything to come to my party, or you're just so selfish for not wanting to go on this crazy road trip with me and Arlo. I tried to set boundaries with Jade, but she just got more aggressive. She'd make snide comments about my friends, my job, or even my appearance. I started to feel like I was walking on eggshells around her, always afraid of saying something wrong. And then there were the financial things. Ivan would borrow money from me and not pay it back, while Jade would constantly ask for loans and never pay them back. We'd have these huge fights over it, but she'd just say, you're being dramatic or you're so uptight. I finally realized that I was spending way too much time and money on people who didn't appreciate me. Last month, I had a meltdown and told them all that I needed some space. I cut off contact with Jade, Arlo, and Ivan, and I've been doing okay since. But the thing is, now they're all taking to social media to tell everyone how I'm the problem. They claim I'm cold and selfish for cutting them out of my life. Jade even posted a screenshot of our last text conversation on Instagram, with this caption, when your friend just ghosted you. It's like they think they're the victims here. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole for rehoming a pet that was causing me stress and financial burden in my home? So I, 38F, and here's what happened. I've had Danny's cat, Mr. Whiskers, living with me for about 2 years now. At first, he was fine, but over time, his behavior started to become more and more problematic. He would scratch furniture, shed everywhere, and wake me up at 4 a.m. every morning demanding to be fed. I've tried everything to address these issues: litter box cleaning, new food, even taking him outside during the day when I'm working from home, but nothing seemed to work. About 6 months ago, I decided that I just couldn't take it anymore and contacted a local rescue organization to find Mr. Whiskers a new home. I listed all of his quirks and needs on their website, including the fact that he required a lot of attention and exercise every day, and that he was not good with other pets. Danny, who has been Mr. Whiskers' owner for about 5 years, initially wasn't happy with me rehoming him, but she eventually agreed. Fast forward to last week, when I posted on Reddit that I had rehomed Mr. Whiskers and asked if I was being unreasonable. Within minutes, I started getting messages from Danny's friends and acquaintances, all of whom were furious with me for rehoming her beloved pet. One person even went so far as to say that I was a monster who didn't care about animals at all. Another person sent me a $50 gift card and said that they wanted to help me out, implying that I must be struggling financially. I'm not sure what's more frustrating, the fact that people are treating me like this, or the fact that they don't seem to understand my reasoning for rehoming Mr. Whiskers in the first place. I've always been an animal lover and would never have made a decision like this lightly. But honestly, living with Mr. Whiskers was eating away at me financially, emotionally, and physically. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for stopping covering for my coworker's absences and now she's facing consequences? So I, 27F, work in a team at a marketing firm where we have to meet tight deadlines. Mila is one of my coworkers, and she's always been pretty inconsistent with her attendance. I've had to cover for her a lot, especially when she takes days off without notice or gives us only an hour's warning. Over the past few months, I've taken on the responsibility of covering Mila's shifts multiple times. The last time it happened was just last week, and I ended up putting in over 12 hours of work that day to make sure our projects were still on track. I mentioned it to Hudson, my manager, during our weekly team meeting, but he seemed more concerned with Mila's personal issues than the impact her absences have on our workload. Mila always apologizes and promises to catch up, but she never seems to follow through. Callum, our other coworker, has been taking advantage of my willingness to help out, too. The other day, he asked me to work an extra shift because Mila couldn't make it in again. I told him that I wasn't going to be taken advantage of anymore and offered to take the shift myself. But today, Hudson called me into his office and said that he's been getting complaints from our clients about our team's performance and that Mila is struggling because she doesn't have a good attendance record. He made it clear that I'm not off the hook either. If Mila can't get her act together, then neither can I. I feel like I've been unfairly held to the same standards as everyone else, but Hudson just said that's how it is around here and that we all have to pull our weight. Am I the asshole for finally taking a stand against covering for Mila's absences?
Am I the asshole for setting a boundary with my parents after they consistently failed to pay back my last loan? So I, 26M, and here's what happened. Last year, I lent Cruz $5,000 to help Fallon cover some unexpected medical expenses. At the time, I was in a tight spot financially myself and saw it as an opportunity to help out a family member. I even offered to take on a side job to pay off the loan quickly. However, after months of negotiations, Fallon still hasn't made any payments. When I finally got Cruz to talk to me about it, he told me that Fallon was too embarrassed to admit she couldn't afford the medical bills and didn't want to burden me with debt. He also said that Fallon has been working multiple jobs but somehow never seems to have enough money to cover her expenses. Meanwhile, I've been struggling to make ends meet myself, taking on a second job just to keep up with my own bills. Recently, Cruz mentioned that Fallon is going through some financial struggles again and asked me if I'd be willing to lend them more money. I told him no. Ezra overheard our conversation and chimed in, saying that I'm being too harsh and that I should try to help Fallon out of pity. However, when I explained how Cruz's words had affected me, feeling taken advantage of and resentful towards my own family for not being able to help themselves, they just brushed it off. I've decided that from now on, I'm not lending my parents any more money unless they can afford to pay it back immediately. I'm tired of being held hostage by their financial struggles and feel like I need to prioritize my own well-being. Am I the asshole for setting this boundary?